Alright, we're live. We're live early, but we're live. We're gonna try to finish this guy up today. Um, we'll see how it goes. It's it's a something at the moment, but we'll see how this does in the home stretch here. Don't know if I want to finish the face out first before I do the hat strap, or if I want to do like the eye. Maybe we should do the face first. So that way it looks like it's sitting nestled in there. Alright, so I'm gonna get our espresso. Get our paint plate here. So we need a puddle of espresso, and then we need 1, 2, 3. We'll go 4, I guess. And we need the sable color. One, two, three, 4. Here, a little puddle of the sable. Is that too much? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. As long as I have enough to finish this piece, I guess we're fine. Okay, so we are going to rinse this guy. I just swapped to the slightly larger brush just to get that mixed a bit better. Did I actually? Okay, I did do that. Alright. See if I can turn this so I can reach it a little bit better. Alright. See, this is the espresso. Oh, you can't see. This is the dry espresso, and this is the wet. It dries a lot darker. Alright, so let's see about getting these dark colors laid in here. I do apologize if the wind chimes are getting picked up. It started raining and got incredibly windy. Like way more windy than I was expecting. And they didn't put us under a wind advisory. which was equally surprising. And Mr. Bean and Cow are being Mr. Bean and Cow. As hard as they possibly can. Because why not? When you're a Mr. Bean and Cow. That is the only way to be. So I hope everybody's weekend finished out okay. And that your Monday is off to a decent start. Hopefully. Well, I saw some really cute embroidery kits on Michael's website that I got super, super excited about. I was like, oh, those would be amazing. Probably way too advanced for me at the moment, but I still want to try them. I think it would be a good learning experience. Mr. Bean keeps getting into our Christmas tree. It's a fake tree, and the branches on it aren't that super strong. Like if I put a slightly, not super heavy ornament, but something that's not feather light, it does dip the branch. So I kind of have to like physically bend the branch upward. And he has figured out that if he scales the center support post on the tree, that he can climb it. And then he's been laying himself across multiple branches to try to get at the ornaments getting tangled in my lights. And I'm like, dude, this is so much extra than Little ever did. Him and Little, I think Cal tried it once or twice and realized he was too heavy. And it just wasn't going to work. And Little is way too heavy now. She got a bit chunky. She's very defensive of the food bowl for some reason, even though we added in a second feeding station. trying to figure out how to handle this. Wow, that wind's all sorts of crazy out there. Kind of had to go out and secure a couple things that were trying to blow away on us. So I started a little extra early today. So that we could try to get this guy done. And if we get done early enough, well, no, I don't want to say that. I was going to say if we get done early enough, we could try to start sketching something else. Well, I guess we could. We just probably won't have time to paint it. Just kind of wiping off some of the extra paint there. Now, this is probably, I can already tell you right now, it doesn't look exactly like the photo. The shading is not quite the same. I'm not a photorealistic artist. Never claimed to be. I can tell you it's definitely not AI. This is 100% hand painted. Especially nowadays, that's like why I like to show my whole process. But my stuff always looks a little clunky, a little awkward, and that's fine. It has a little bit of a derpy quality to it. Not in a bad way. Not all of the time, at least. For this round, I'll probably do a maintenance rinse on this little brushy guy here. And maybe I started too early today. We might be done way early. We'll see how things go. Mr. Bean! Mr. Bean, that's not a toy! He's got something, but I don't know if he's playing with the wire. Can you see what he's after? Because it kind of looked like that plastic cap.
What you got, you little bastard? What you got, you little bastard? Oh, you found a mouse.
A mouse or a toy mouse?
A toy mouse.
Okay. Where the fuck did he find that?
Complete with a rattle.
The
I
fuck?
don't know, but it looks funky as shit. Wherever he pulled it from, it's been hiding.
Oh my. Did you let him have it or did you take it away?
I let him have it. It's not damaged or nothing. And it has a little internal rattle.
He found somebody's toy stash. The amount of cat toys that we're gonna find when we go to do a moving furniture deep clean and downsize will be absolutely astonishing, I think. Okay. Sorry, I suddenly wasn't sure if I was in frame fully there. So I'm also hoping with the way that I am putting in the fur directional wise to I'm hoping that will help shape the face a little bit here. I don't draw animals normally, I don't paint animals normally. This is definitely not my comfort wheelhouse at all. But we're giving it a go. Right? We're giving it a try. So still same plate as the other night. I did not want to lose my color swatches. And I hate washing the plates when I'm still working on a project. I would rather just wash multiple at the end than wash the same one repeatedly in between working on something. Probably seems silly, but it feels like I would be doing the same task, washing the same colors off, and it would seem almost just silly to my brain. So my brain's like, no, we'll just handle it when we're all done. And that's okay. I have multiple plates and lids and all of the things. So we are good to go. At least the majority of our range should be ending soon. And it won't be an entirely all-day event. To our south is going to be another matter, though. They were actually at a slight severe risk. Alright, I'm going to do that maintenance rinse. Just to try to get some of the built up paint out of there. I know I've got some other colors that are gonna be coming in here. But at the same time, I still want to get my same base colors worked in here. So I have a good jump off point. I'm also wiping some of the excess paint in between the shades, swapping off on the edge of my plate. Really, you had to wait till I got my brush full of paint. Wait 1 second here. Typing out the word viewers is such a difficult word for my muddled brain. Oh shit, that wasn't the right color. My dyslexic brain is just like, no. What we're not doing is putting any of these letters in the right order. Come on, brain and fingers, I need you to be on the same page here. Yes, I want at least like the same base colors going here. These to a small degree. Now it's going to kind of drastically change around the mouth and nose here, so it might look a little crazy. There are so many colors about to happen here. But I can't go like too crazy with it. This is where it's gonna get a little bit tricky on this edge here. Hopefully I don't get too carried away here with my hand that likes to do silly things. And I still have my background color nearby, just in case. Hoping we don't need it. Okay, so we'll get this. Tapped into there. Gosh, I might need to do another maintenance rinse here soon. Yeah, I think I kind of want to. Brush feels a little caked up. Like, it didn't really look that bad. It just was behaving like it was. I might have to bring that nose down a little bit. And that's fine. That shouldn't be that much trouble. To make adjustments on that. Again, this is not a tutorial in any way, shape, or form. This is just me trying to muddle my way through something, as always. And just kind of taking you all along on the journey. Picked up a fuzzy in there. While we are working on fur, I would prefer to keep the actual fuzzes out of the paint. Not sure what I am sealing this with yet. I'd kind of prefer to do the spray sealer just because it doesn't leave as many brush strokes. But I also don't know how the weather's going to cooperate. I certainly don't think I'd be able to get it done today, at the very least with how windy it is. And I'm kind of in a bit of a time crunch here, so I might be forced to go with the brush on. So apparently Castle Muskogee is doing a Christmas light display I have no idea what it looks like or how much tickets are. It sounded vaguely interesting, but it's probably going to be like stupid expensive. So I guess they found another use for that aside from the 1 month a year that they have the Ren Fair. Because otherwise, I think it just sits there unless there's like a private event. Which seems kind of silly. To have to be doing upkeep and maintenance on a property that you're really only utilizing 1 month out of the year. I mean, huh? Or maybe the Ren Fair is only there like for the month. And they do use it for other stuff, and I just didn't know it because I didn't see it advertised. This is possible. We talked about trying to do the Ren Fair one time, but we never actually went. Because it is a little bit of a drive for us. And I think it's only on the weekends. The weekends are super crowded. Let me see. Castle Muskogee. Oh, they do something for Halloween too. Hmm. Oh, they're doing a Boar's Head Feast. Oh, that already happened. What about just seeing the Christmas stuff? It's a free drive-through. Christmas light experience. After the drive, explore more holiday fun. Ride the hayride or holiday train. Meet Cletus the camel. Oh my god. Seriously? Meet Cletus the camel. Roast s'mores by the fire. Step inside the castle to enjoy Rudolph's Cafe with hot chocolate, sweet treats, and light dinners. While holiday movies play throughout the evening, on the weekends visit Santa and shop local artists and vendors for handcrafted gifts and seasoned treasures. Castle Muskogee. How far is that from here? No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted maps, not castle directions. Oh, that's a 2-hour drive. Oh, it's about the same distance as the zoo. That's a bit of a drive. It sounds fun. But is it worth a 2-hour drive fun? I don't know. Probably not. Alright, I do need to do another rinse because my brain went off on a tangent and decided that right then and there I had to look at it. Okay, so just getting the last of the dark in this section as best as I can. 1 minute. Alright, sorry about that. Did she call Linda back?
Yes.
Okay, so there's that. Come back into our in-between shade here. Now I am still trying to tap off some of the paint that I'm picking up, just so I'm not like coming in guns blazing with a whole paintbrush full scoop of paint here. I kind of feel like that would be a little much at times. And again, I am trying to leave a little bit of a dark edge right up against where that strap is going to be. this because I feel like it would be a little bit darker on the very edges of it. Oh, did I just jump colors unexpectedly? I may have. No, maybe I'm on the right color. Can't remember if I finished up with that in between color though. My brain might have done something silly. Okay, so let me rinse that. And still need to kind of figure out this. Like that. I don't want to bring in a little bit closer. So what am I gonna do with that? That needs to be like a gray black. So does anybody else's brushes when you're painting just look over time like a hot mess? Or do yours always look pristine and perfect? I'm sure like probably watercolor brushes stay pretty pristine, at least like the bristles, without getting all weird and wild. Because after I'm like really using my brushes, maybe I'm just too hard on my brushes, I do notice wear and tear on them. Some faster than others, but then I see people painting in videos and I'm like, your brushes look so not used? I'm so confused. Are you like just that religiously taking care of them, or are you like opening new brushes for like every video that you're recording? Like, I don't see any paint built up on the ferro, whatever it is, the metal thing. Like, the bristles don't really look like they've been used all that much, and I'm so confused. I'm like, is it just a new pack of brushes every time you record? Tell me you've got grimy, well-loved brushes somewhere else. Like, sometimes I don't want to see like brand new sparkling supplies and sparkling brushes. I want to see like definitely well-loved supplies. Like, okay, you do this a lot. I don't know, maybe other people are just better at keeping up with brush maintenance and doing the brush soap and conditioning their brushes to keep them like pristine, pointy and stuff. Maybe I'm just hard on my brushes. Sometimes I think things get so lost and hung up on it being pristine and Instagrammable that the whole point of doing the thing gets lost. About having fun, making a mess. I just feel like we lose sight of that sometimes. I'm guilty of it too at times. Okay. The wind calmed down a little bit, but it's still pretty breezy out there. I think the rain at least lightened, if not stopped altogether. I got the smallest amount of video editing on the tissue paper project done last night. I did get through my backlog the other night of Little Known Galaxy. I didn't realize I had so much recorded to edit. So I feel a little better about that now. I was like, oh gosh, I've got to get more of this recorded. But I had more of that waiting to be edited than I remembered. So I'm feeling a little bit better about that. Not feeling as pressed to hurry up and get that done. I've got stuff recorded to go up through January on that apparently and edited. So the other night I was doing all of that. I don't know if there was anything that happened in the middle of the episode that I was supposed to take out. If it did, it got left in. Because I always say, oh, take this out sometimes, and forget that I don't sit there and watch the whole episode back. I don't have time for that. I think I'm going to be gone dealing with something for more than a couple of minutes. I will try to remember to pause the recording itself. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. And then there's times where I've remembered to pause a recording and forgotten to unpause it. So that's always fun. Especially when I don't remember right away. And like 5-10 minutes later, I'll look up and I'm like, I'm recording, right? I'm like, oh shit. You know? Those lovely moments. So this is just sort of the darker pass that I've got going on here. My three darker shades. I still have to come back with another round of the lighter shades. Maybe we won't be done early after all. I do still have to do those. We might be done to close to on time. I don't believe there's school this week, and I don't know if we'll be able to get the afternoon run in for the doggo. We might. Kind of depends on how accurate the hourly forecast is. Which lately, I gotta say, hasn't really been all that accurate. I think there's something wrong with our radar. I meant to check a different radar program, because it wasn't showing me any advisories, warnings, or anything across the country for no matter any type of weather. And I was like, huh, that seems odd. And it never showed the lightning bolt from the round of thunder that we had late last night, which was kind of surprising because I had checked the radar not like 15 minutes before. I was like, oh, it's actually raining. And I was like, wait, is any of this about to be a problem? And I didn't see anything on there, and I'm like, okay, I guess we're good. And I was actually about to settle down to start to fall asleep, and then it thundered, and immediately the doggo started getting upset. And I was like, oh, dang it. They hadn't talked about us having thunderstorms, or else we would have pre-planned and already swapped as we were going to bed who was where, because the dog calms down better for the husband. And he can hold him when he needs struggle cuddles. Whenever I try to, he just ends up like digging his feet into me, and I have a really hard time. For an old pupper, he sure is strong. Okay. I know it might seem weird how I'm going about this, but it's kind of working, so kind of just going with it. Sorry if my face is in the way there. Kind of hard to see that spot. Okay. So, seeing all the shimmers from the mica powder on here. And that gold paint. Okay. Alright, so how do I want to handle this? Alright. I want to grab a little bit one, two, three, one, two. Grab some of my lamp ebony black. And I'm gonna grab one, two. I'm gonna add 2 drops of the white. I don't want it to be too light though. I could have dug through to find a gray, I guess. Like, I don't want it too light though. Okay. Rinse that. We're gonna rinse that some more. It just didn't feel, it still doesn't feel like it's fully clean there. That feels a little better. All right. Because it doesn't really look like a solid black. It feels like it's a little bit more of a gray black. Probably should have grabbed my liner. Probably would have been the wiser decision. Now I still have to come back in with my lighter brown shades here, but it kind of felt like in spots those lighter brown shades were slightly overlapping. some of the dark spots. Hmm. That's probably terribly misshapen. In fact, I think I'll just kind of paint that in with the black from the get-go. Okay, and then this is gonna kind of I can come back over that. And I know it looks ridiculous right now. Trust me, I know. Okay, so that's gonna get lightened up a bit here. With some other shades. And then don't worry. Haven't completely busted up yet. Let me rinse that. Probably gonna grab my other brushes here. Is there really that much water in there, or is there that much paint still trapped? Oh, that looks a little better. And now it feels like the sun's trying to come out. It's gotten a lot brighter. Kind of felt like I had a buzz. A rinse. that. Still not sure about the shape of this other eyeball here, but I think I've got it too big. Like too much of it showing. Similar in size, maybe? Okay, so we have a little like lasso-y bent driver golf club shape here. Okay. Like the way the light's hitting it? Or should I not? We'll have to see how I feel about that after it's dry. And everything else is kind of in place. On barely. Okay. At least the cords don't look like they have any highlights on them. Not really. Nothing that's like vastly noticeable. I know that one foot is highlighted in the sun, but it's the only part that's really highlighted, and I thought it was gonna look really, really weird. Especially since I'm not doing like photorealistic. So I just decided to not do that. Now I might have to use that other mixed color here. For the little like adjustment bead. In fact, let me rinse this guy. And let me grab some of this while it is still wet. Now it's only slightly lighter. Than the rest of it. But it should still look dark enough. Face is not done yet. Let me rinse that. I think my head's in the way and I do apologize. Oh no, I wasn't too bad. I thought I was a lot closer. Okay. Come on, shaky hand. You can do it. So if it looks like this guy is fully dry, I might just do the brush sealer today. As much as I hate doing the brush sealer, it's either that or I just wait till tomorrow. To actually try to do the spray. If I have enough spray. That's another thing. Do I have enough spray? That I don't know. That had blended a little bit together with the grade version because it was still a little wet. Those two kind of run together, that's fine. Okay with that. I do wonder, maybe I should take some of this gray shade here. And add a couple of strokes. Is she back in?
Yes. I was in the middle of cooking and eating, so I didn't let her.
Is the stove still hot? Is the stove still hot?
It's not that bad.
Okay. Maybe just to give it some movement. Or separation between the two. Well, this one so far, we're not done yet. At the moment, looks a bit more like a dog than the magnet version. But I have a lot more paint shades that I can work with here. Back into the gray shade. Kind of finish up this little like press tabby. Is this terrible that now I want to outline the entire thing in black?
Mr. Beans.
Mr. Beans, that's not how you make friends. They will like you more if you cuddle. So back into my black here. I'm not even sure how much of the black or how much of the dark brown will still be visible. after I get the black painted in here. Okay. So I might take some of that gray that we mixed together and just add a few subtlety stripes here and there. Kind of like how I did with the lower section. Okay. So is this a round or a liner? Okay, so this is a liner. This is a 5/0. That is how Royal and Langnickel are numbering these guys. She's starting to take shape here. I'm not done the face yet. I know the face is darker than the rest of it. I just paused on the face for a minute. Because I needed to try to figure out the nose. And then because I had the black out for that, I was like, well, I guess we might as well start to work on these parts. Now, could I do this section with not a liner brush? Certainly. Of course I could. But I wanted a real, not necessarily crisp, but I wanted a thinner line. I didn't want it to get too carried away on me. And my hand tends to wobble. And a little wobble would be okay to show, but sometimes it really wobbles, so at least if it wobbles with this guy. Hopefully it won't be too disastrous. Alright, so we're almost done the strap. Almost. I'm kind of surprised they gave the kids an entire week off for Thanksgiving. I will say that I don't ever remember having a full week off. I think we went to school like the day before. Maybe it was a half day. And then we were back that following Monday. Like, it wasn't a very long break at all. You okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to mute?
For a second.
1 second. Alright. So I'm gonna come back into that gray. I'm not gonna overdo. I'm gonna try not to overdo with it. Just kind of want some shapy lines here. I still have some of the black paint in here being a little bit wet, so I don't want to like drag it through too much so it doesn't blend. I didn't want that shade to really blend into there. Oh, didn't grab a drink. What time is it? Alright, so, give me 1 minute. I'm gonna get up and stretch for a second, and I'm gonna go grab a drink. I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Had to get up and stretch, get a drink, and needed to go to the bathroom. That's okay. We've been at it for about 2 hours now. Okay, so now we need to figure out the lighter parts of our face here. I thought I turned that off. Shoot. I clicked the wrong thing. Did part of the stream get muted? Shit. What?
I can hear him in the background being trouble.
Oh, do not tell me I just got... Probably. Can you turn the audio on the stream for you?
Yeah.
And tell me if it's muted.
You are still on.
Alright. Damn it. Alright, well, part of this might get muted by accident. Hopefully not. Because my dumbass hit the wrong button. And I don't know how much of that audio played. Okay, so we need to figure out our light colors here. So we're gonna grab the cacao or cocoa. I don't know how do we pronounce this? This is driving me crazy. How do you pronounce C-O-C-O? Cocoa? Okay. So they are just calling it cocoa. Alright then. Alright, so we need excuse me, a bit of the cocoa. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it gonna be enough? Mr. Bean! He is obsessed with that Christmas tree today. And then 1, 2, 4. Did I do 5? Yeah, I'm not sure. And then I think I did white too, right? Two, 3, 4. Which shade did I use? It was only like 2 days ago. Like, I've got an extra puddle here and I don't know what that was from. 2, 3, 4. Alright, well, I guess we'll figure it out. Okay, so that's that color. Okay. Thinking I didn't use that real light color. That's the base color. This looks like the one that's on the edge of the plate. What did I do with... Where did that other color come from? Did I just get confused when I was mixing colors? Maybe. Maybe I thought I had a super white one. Okay, yeah, that's that color. This is why I tend not to mix colors. Sometimes I write it down. And definitely why I don't like to rinse a plate when I'm in the middle of something. So then I can at least try to match it. Okay. Alright, where's that little guy that we are just demolishing here? So I think I was going this, then this, but I think I should be doing this color first. To be perfectly honest. Because this looks like it's going to be slightly darker. I mean, I could be wrong. Just looks like this one's gonna dry a little bit darker than that base shade. And then we're gonna kind of try to shape our face a little bit. Where we can. These two are similar. So hopefully I can keep track of where I've put it and where I have not. So I'm gonna come back in after I get a lot of this done and start bringing in that lighter bit of stuff. I really hope that Spotify did not come through on the desktop audio. I thought I had turned off the Be Right Back screen and I clicked the wrong thing. Because boy, is that gonna be problematic. I don't know if that really counted as desktop audio. Hopefully it did not. And the universe can throw me a bone for a change. But I guess we will find out. The dark kind of down into there. Oh, now my stomach's growling. Stomach is like, hey, excuse me. I don't believe you fed us this morning. And they're getting a little testy about it. Very testy about it, actually. Oh my god. What the hell, stomach? It's just constantly going now. Like, well, you didn't feed us, so we're gonna be pissy about it now. I can't always eat in the morning, though. That's the problem. I don't know if it's just a me issue or what, but sometimes food will just be such a weird texture for my brain to process. When I first wake up, that I just can't handle it. Oh my god, this cat has gotten a hold of 2 of my Christmas ornaments so far. He is just getting into so much trouble today. Although, to be fair, the one he got a hold of happened last night, but the other one happened a little bit ago. I found it underneath the tree. It had like some feathery boa type stuff on it that he found and was trying to shred the feathery boa type stuff off of it. Because, of course, he was. Because it's Bean. He is a wild child. Whenever he's out of the other room, he doesn't want to be cuddly. It's destroy everything. Bean, destroyer of worlds. That's what they're gonna end up calling him. Alright, so this whole bottom area is gonna be like mostly like a super light grayish white. it looks like. I guess I should do a maintenance rinsey poo here. Keep it from getting too silly. Leave it alone. Oh, he's not in here. I thought he was messing with Ed. It sounded like Ed making noises. I guess it was Snuffles snoring. Seems kind of light to be a cocoa. Kind of looks more like coffee with a lot of creamer in it. My cocoa's never quite this light. Okay. So we're getting there. We're getting these lighter shades worked in here. Ever so slowly. I am still dabbing, or trying to dab a good portion of the paint off before I come in, just so it's not too strong. Though I kind of feel like up here I've gotten a little bit too carried away. See if I can try to darken that down just a little. We'll see. Alright, so see if we can try to get some of this shaping in here. Might have to wait until I come back in with the other shades. But we'll see. How things go here. I might have to bring in a little bit of the sable straight. As well. Just to try to add some darker spots back in where fully needed on the face here. And we'll have to kind of see how that goes, really, but So it's like a little bit darker here, but I might just have to darken that up with some of the sable. And some short strokes and not dabs. Okay. Slowly coming together. Maybe a little bit faster than a turtle, but I don't know if I personally would have been able to get a similar shading effect without doing it this way. I am putting this brush through its paces, that's for sure. Definitely not perfect. But it's not set it on fire terrible, so we've got that going for us at least. Okay, so we're getting there. Let me rinse this guy. Probably should have used one of my better liner brushes for the lighter color. But for some reason my brain was like, no, it's fine, it's fine, it's all good. So I might, well, I'm gonna have to come in with a little bit of white in here in a couple of places, or an extremely light gray. I'm not sure which I want to do that with yet. Certainly don't want the fuzzy in there. I think this plate just attracts them. Although, you know, there are animals in the house, so there is fuzz floating through the air. That's just gonna be a thing. So I'm like dipping it in, and then I'm like kind of rolling a lot of it off as I'm trying to get my point back. I'm like kind of squeegeeing a lot of it off at the same time. I really don't want to come in guns blazing at this stage. I don't think that would really help me very much. And I'm trying not to have too heavy of a hand here. Starting to come together, although this looks so much lighter. Why does it look so much lighter? I don't think we used that one. That puddle doesn't look like it got used at all. Is it just because it's wet? Maybe just because it's wet. Hopefully. It looked like it was pretty color matchy. When I put it on top of it, like you can't really see it. Unless I used the wrong color. Which I suppose could be possible. But that other color doesn't really look like it got touched at all. But yeah, I think I want to possibly grab some of the straight sable potentially here. Just trying to get the built up paint kind of pulled off of there. So there's like this one little, and I think I misplaced it. It's one little darker section. Should be like right in here. I think I'm gonna have to kind of work it back in with some of the darker paint. I'm not sure what shade I want to attempt to do that with at the very moment. Okay. Oh, and it got dark out again. So is anybody doing any traveling for the Thanksgiving holiday? I suppose that really only applies if you're in the States. I think Canada already had their Thanksgiving. I think. I could be wrong, but I think they celebrate it at a different time. Anybody going Black Friday shopping? It's one thing I never wanted to do. Too many people, too much absolute chaos to get $2 off of a sweater. Like, come on now. I mean, sometimes the sales really aren't that good of a sale. Nor do I want to stand in line for hours because of how busy it is. But then when I started working retail, oh no, I didn't have the option to even go shopping on Black Friday. I was working 14 hours that day minimum. And barely had time to look up and take a breath. I was shoved down on like the last register in the corner, I guess to try to help the cashiers as much as I could down that end when there was a breather. Actually, I think I was working 14-hour days the entire weekend. With the way my schedule was set to overlap. I'm just afraid that the white is gonna be like too white. Maybe I'll just do like a light gray. And maybe for that particular shade, maybe I will use the liner brush. Or will it be too much of a different brush texture, I wonder. I mean, it might still work. It is possible. Just not sure. Just not sure. I guess I should just keep using this one, right? Okay, so now let me rinse that. Still kind of looks like way lighter. Oh, it really does. Why does the face look so much lighter? I used the same color combination, didn't I? I mean, it looks like almost identical on the plate. All right. I'm gonna take a little bit of white. 1, 2, 3, 4. And like a drop of black. Just want to see if this is going to be too dark and I need to... Wow. Black is a powerful color. I had a feeling it was going to do that. All right. Let's not be shy with the white then. I probably should have put the white in a separate puddle and brought this over to it. Going by how dark this still is. You win some and you lose some, right? So this is just what was on my brush from mixing, trying to mix this color. Oof, even that feels a little... Well, you know what? Around the face, it's not bright white. And I still need to in with that darker brown. All right. So I don't know if it's going to make much of a difference here since we are using the label here. No, it's just gonna look like we are... Oh, that was wetter than I expected it to be. Surprise. Yeah, it's not super wet, but I thought I had a tougher paint skin on there. Where down does this go? Like, that's kind of where it was. I don't know if I should have bothered, but... That looks a little strange. I might hate it and try to fix it. Kind of depends here. This, we're gonna try. I know it's a little off of where it should be, placement wise. I do recognize this. This whole area. I'm gonna come in into here. It's a lot of this like light gray. Oh, the nose looked like it needed some kind of shine on it there. I might go back in and fix that. In this particular angle, this dog's got a lot of this like this white gray color. Not sure if that really did much. I might just be making it worse. There's a little bit of a dark spot in there. I really all sorts of don't like this white color, but it's part of the dog. Like, it's very much part of this dog. Okay. Zuzu, you're fine. It's not storming. Daddy's in the bathroom. You're okay, buddy. I promise. Yeah, if I had swapped to the other brush at this point, it might have looked really strange. At least it's toning down a little bit as it's drying. Not gonna lie, I was a little worried I'd gone a little too white, but I think that other color would have been way too gray. I just barely needed it tinted because it doesn't look pure white, but it didn't really look like a white tinted light color that I had popped into here either. Don't know how I feel about this. I feel like I ruined it. But, I mean, that's what it looks like. That's what she looks like. I think my brain just got kind of like hung up on the one color being there kind of overall. I know the white's a little more solid on the photo, but like it kind of like I'm afraid I probably won't do that color. Maybe this is like a fraction, like a hair's breadth. Lighter. I don't know. Should I just like try to tone it down a little? Maybe just mix in the slightest bit more. So I'm gonna come back in here. Just want to add a few more lighter bits here. Along my edge. I think I'm not happy with it. Like, I'm really not. And I don't know how to fix that. Or if I even can at this point. Yeah, at one point I'm just gonna have to be like, enough. And just kind of call it there. For better, for worse. Not time yet, bud. You're way early. Alright, what do you think? When you're not being licked by dogs.
Yeah, it looks like a dog.
I know it doesn't look exactly the same, and there's a couple things that are a little
It's
off.
arguably identifiable as that dog.
Okay. I mean, for the first time for me really painting a dog, it's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad.
Well, you're not known for painting your living things, so
Yeah.
it's not really your forte before.
Not really, no. Is Beam locked up?
Yes.
What was that?
Don't time it.
What were you doing?
I was seeing if my teapot's up there, damn it.
Does it say delivered?
No, I didn't check.
Well, that's where you start. Silly. And then we go on the hunt throughout the town to figure out whose house it was delivered at by accident.
Nope, not delivered yet.
Alright, so I think we're gonna stop there before I fuck it up anymore. Not great, not terrible. But you know, all in all, fairly good. I'm looking at this color and I feel like I need to add something to it, but maybe I should just leave it alone. Do you think I should add some like little ridges to it, or like stripies?
Stripies. Well, I don't know to what.
The collar.
It's kind of up to you. Let me do it this way. I don't know if that's going to improve things. Let me put it that way.
Probably not. Alright, so we will call it there. Don't really have time to get started on the other thing. We'll save that for next week. Tomorrow we'll be back to needle felting and working on that log. I might try to work some on it tonight, maybe. We'll see what kind of mood I'm in when dinner and all of the other things that need to happen this afternoon have been completed. So, we'll see. But, I do thank you guys for popping in. I'll try to put a photo of this on the places that it needs to be photoed to. And I will see everybody tomorrow. Don't forget to follow the social links down below. That will take you to the Ko-fi, the Blue Sky, and the YouTube channel. And enjoy the rest of your evening. And until next time, have a good one.